a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most are off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beach dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay at home, Disney Dad.
Lizzy Maguire, Starstruck, the last Lizzy Maguire VHS tape we have. Yeah, I can see what's left in the bin. There's not a lot. She's winding down, folks. Anyway, we press play on Starstruck. We have been promised a huge cameo or cameos. It's been brought to my attention that the dad on this show recently committed suicide, like the actor. That's really sad. That kind of taints this last Lizzy VHS tape. I looked him up. I guess he was bipolar. That's sad. Real moment here. Heart goes out to family and friends. Damn. Okay, we come in hot. Lizzy runs into the cafeteria and knocks down a lady with a pot. Classic Lizzy Maguire. Aaron Carter is coming to town, we learn. Wow. Two deceased guys in a row on the show. Rest in peace, Robert Carradine and Aaron Carter. Gordo's like, who's Aaron Carter? Love this jealous. Aaron Carter's coming to town to shoot a music video, and they all put their heads together and try to figure out where the music video is going to be shot. So far, we haven't jumped into the usual little brother side story, and here we go. Okay, Matt comes in and says he knows where the video is going to be shot, and he says he'll tell them, but he wants to come with them. It's in the Wilford warehouse, and then they're like, thanks, buddy, and they try to ditch him, but I don't know. It doesn't matter what happens. He like blackmails or something. It doesn't matter. Dad was working late, so Dad's having an affair, we learned. But his client gave him a backstage pass to the Aaron Carter video shoot. And Mom was like, let's tell the kids tomorrow. All right. They get to the warehouse and, quote, act like they own the place to sneak in. Why does Aaron Carter have to shoot this video in a warehouse in this town, like this particular warehouse? They never explain it. Turns out Aaron Carter is shooting a Christmas video. So Lizzy, Miranda, and Gordo all dressed like elves, and Matt pretends to be Aaron Carter, and they try to sneak in, and it doesn't work. The 3 older kids get kicked out, but they think that Matt is actually an Aaron Carter stand-in, so they let him in. They're like, you're late, get in here. Dad rolls in, he has the pass, and the older kids dressed like elves kind of like sneak beside his car and get in after all. The fat security guard tries to chase them, but he can't because he's fat. They make it to catering. Dad is pitching his own show to some movie execs. It's actually funny. He's like, it's about a quirky family. It's called Sam Maguire. That's the thing about this show. They have like 1 to 3 really funny laugh out loud lines per episode, and the rest is just stupid. Like, I don't know why it's so uneven. Lizzy, Miranda, and Gordo make it on the set, and the director yells at them. The fat security guard tries to catch up with them, but he can't because he's fat, but we have a chase montage. Anyway, Mom shows up and then throws like a diva fit because they won't let her in because she doesn't have the pass. Dad has the pass. The 3 start to give up on their dream, and then they find Aaron Carter's personal like stage pass. They get busted for being in his dressing room then. Mom is in a detainee cell. She's like in like Hollywood prison. Then Dad gets thrown in Hollywood prison again because he, quote, ate a crew-only donut. Womp womp. They pray to the manager. They're like, please, 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 can we meet Aaron Carter? And she's like, hey, one of you can because your dad had a pass. And Lizzy gives up her opportunity to meet Aaron so Miranda can go and sing to Aaron Carter. Oh, what a good friend. Golly gosh. We don't even see Aaron Carter. We just get a jump cut and we're told that Miranda sang for him and he liked her. Like, is he even in this episode? Finally, Lizzy knocks on a door and, okay, we get him. We get like 10 seconds of Aaron Carter opening the door and closing it. And then we have this weird fantasy where he like kisses Lizzy, or did that happen in real life? I don't know. Then they get a message to come to get their parents out of the jail cell. Matt vouches for them, and now they're in the Aaron Carter music video. They keep talking about Aaron's party. Aaron Carter's doing a cover of I Want Candy. And there's professional dancers, and then Lizzy and Miranda, and Gordo is filming it. There's a part, though, where Aaron Carter's singing to Lizzy, and Lizzy, like Hillary Duff, is absolutely shaking it extra hard in front of Aaron Carter. We get the full music video from start to finish. It ends, and I never need to hear or see that song ever again. I like to think there's an alternate timeline where Hilary Duff and Aaron Carter actually like got together, started dating, and she saves him from his like destructive lifestyle, and both him and the dad are still alive. Dark. Episode 2, no intro. The pop guy from Community starts. He's like in everyone's face. Oh, he's the drama teacher. He pretends to die, and the kids freak out, but he's like, I was acting. I hope he dies for real in this episode. No one does anything. He is casting for Romeo and Juliet, and Ethan gets cast as Romeo. They mentioned Malcolm in the Middle, the show, for no reason. And then it makes sense, because like 2 minutes later, Frankie Muniz walks through the door. He shows up. Every one of these episodes has a celebrity cameo in it. I get it now. Okay, Ethan asks, hey, how'd you get out of the TV? And that's pretty funny. Gordo is passive-aggressive with Frankie. Frankie asks out Lizzy, because of course he does. She goes, I don't know if I want to go out with you. Then all of a sudden, all the other girls flock him, and they're like, ask me out, ask me out. Lizzy doesn't want to date him because he's famous. They're from 2 different worlds. They're like Romeo and Juliet, and I'm like f***ing annoyed. Mom and Dad are divided on whether she should go on a date with him or not, and she's like, I already said no to him. But then the doorbell rings, and it's Frankie. Just comes over. He asks her out again in the doorway. He meets Matt, like the family, and he meets your little brother and goes, wow, you and your sister look nothing alike. And there's the laugh out loud moment for this episode. Like, again, that's really funny. Frankie meets them at a restaurant, like Miranda and Gordo. He's wearing a disguise, and Lizzy sees him and goes, Frankie, over here! And everyone swarms him. They go into the swarming crowd to try to pull him out, but they pull out that weird guy from the other episodes by accident first, and that was funny. I love how they use this guy in the show. Like, he's just such a punching bag punchline. They dress poor Gordo up in the disguise Frankie was wearing, and everyone chases him thinking he's Frankie, so they leave the real Frankie alone. There's a picture of them in the newspaper the next day, and it says, Frankie Muniz, Lizzy Maguire, and 2 unknowns were spotted at some restaurant. Again, that's funny. Mama's like, ooh, rough picture of Miranda, and Miranda's like making this like super funny face in it. Some guy's going through the trash behind the Maguire house. He's looking for anything on Lizzy Maguire because she's hot right now, and we've got paparazzi montage of Lizzy and Frankie trying to hang out and get mobbed by the photogs. Here we go again. Lizzy doesn't want to be famous, and her 2 best friends are turning on her because she's famous. Now, Matt is selling tickets for like paparazzi to tour the house, like the Lizzy Maguire house. I hate to be that guy. But when Lizzy's mom takes off those dumb glasses, she's kind of a babe. She's confiding in her mom now, is Lizzy, and suddenly Frankie's in their living room. He's just there. Frankie dumps Lizzy Maguire. My daughter says they ran out of ideas early. Amazing. Good observation. He gives her an envelope. She says, see you around. And he goes, sooner than you think, Lizzy Maguire. And that sounded like almost threatening, but as threatening as he can be. Frankie invited them all to the set of Frankie's new TV movie, and surprise, Lizzy has a line in it. We go meta, and later that day she's watching herself in the movie, and she's like, I sound like that? Don't ever let me be on TV ever again. Funny stuff. Like, that's good stuff. Episode 3, we start with Santa, and is that Steven Tyler? That's an extra punch to the gut because the stupid Muppets took over the best ride in Disney this last month. Steven Tyler, totally Steven Tyler. The friends are donating gifts, and Lizzy's donating a bunch of math stuff. That's funny. Lizzy's making a float. She wants to win the float contest. Her theme is going to be a rock and roll Christmas. Totally Steven Tyler. If she wins the float contest, she wins a ski trip. This weird guy... Oh, the weird guy, he wants to make a Star Wars float. And here's the thing, it's 2002, and he likes Star Wars, so he's a nerd, and we should make fun of him. That's the message. And I'm mad we somehow lost this way of thinking. Because if it were up to me, we would still be making fun of Star Wars nerds in 2026. The popular girls are making a cute float called Jingle Bug, and they spent $6,000 on it. You can take a lot of skiing trips for $6,000, but who cares? We meet this old guy who says he's Santa's little helper, and I think he's legit because he LOLs at the dad and says, I remember you. You wanted an easy bake oven when you were 10, and everyone laughs at the dad because that's some 2002 gay stuff right there, right? That's hilarious. Lizzy comes home, and that old man, Elf, is in her house looking at the gifts, and Lizzy called the cops. This guy is a burglar and possibly a pervert. Lizzy's Christmas wish is for her float to be done. Why didn't you wish for a ski trip, Lizzy? Montage of Christmas float prep hijinks. The elf guy gets a phone call and Christmas is canceled because someone needs a plumber. his place needs a plumber, the North Pole needs a plumber. I don't know. I'm so confused. The family wants to help. His name is Nami, and he needs a plumber. It's his house that needs the plumbing fixed. That's why he's living with the Maguires. Who is the celebrity in this one? Is it Nami? Is it this guy? I don't know who this actor is. The celebrity better be Steven Tyler. We're doing the Christmas story thing with the 3 ghosts. We're doing something here. We get Matt doing the Charlie Brown. Don't you know what Christmas is all about, Linus line? And suddenly this episode is awesome. They started with like a Gordo and Rudolph parody that I didn't track. We end with Matt as Linus, and he's amazing. He sounds just like Linus. This is the best moment I've seen of this show so far, like of any Lizzy Maguire show. We go to the Grinch now, and Lizzy does like some Dr. Seuss limericks, and this episode is seriously awesome. This is a solid Christmas episode. Lizzy shows up, and suddenly she knows about plumbing, and she comes up with a solution for the house. Isn't Nobby the sock gremlin from Harry Potter? We go to the Christmas parade, and this is like LA, so it's hot and sunny, and there's no snow, and as a Canadian, wrong. Just terrible. Her float wasn't ready, and she's okay with that. But wait, record scratch. Santa comes back, and it's totally Steven Tyler. The elves stayed up all night and finished the float, and Santa was Steven Tyler, and he's singing Santa Claus is coming to town on the float, and they reference that it is Steven Tyler, and it ends. We get outtakes during the credits of Steven Tyler high as a kite, blowing his lines, which is awesome. That's how I want my Steven Tyler. Last one, number 4. Gordo and Miranda and Lizzy are having lunch, and Gordo's grandma's in town, and she's the mom from Seinfeld. Gordo's grandma is now eccentric, and he had promised Lizzy and Miranda that his grandma makes famous brisket, but she didn't make brisket this time because she's acting all young and hip and doesn't want to make brisket like an old lady. We go to the B story with Matt, but the bigger story is that Mom is high. Oh no, she's sick. They're both sick, Mom and Dad. Gordo doesn't like his hip new grandma. He misses his old grandma. She comes to his school and she's like, here, I made you lunch. And it's sushi. We learn she goes skydiving and takes singing lessons now. He says, Gord says, his grandma is like when you go to take a drink of water, but it's milk. It's kind of funny. Matt is excited that his parents are sick and stuck upstairs. This episode sucks compared to the last one. They really thought Seinfeld's mom was the biggest star of the 4 episodes, right? This is the main event they chose, not Steven Tyler. The ladies come over to eat supper with Gordo and his grandma. Lizzy talks to Gordo's grandma and is like, we're happy you're all young and fresh, but Gordo still needs his baba. Grandma turns back into regular grandma and takes charge of Lizzy's house. She makes the parents soup and punishes Matt, and this is good, I guess. We end with the best of both worlds. Gordo and his grandma eat on the floor like the Japanese, but they're eating her brisket. Like the food. Grandma wants to take Gordo on a cross-American vacation in the summer if he's not treating his body like an amusement park. Was that her line from Seinfeld? I can't remember. Mom and Dad are healthy now. Matt pretends he caught the cold because he's got a test the next day, and they don't believe him. Damn it, Lizzy Maguire, the trilogy, the 3 VHS. This one ends with a whimper when it could have ended with a Steven Tyler bang, and there's got to be a better way of saying that.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and